Hello and welcome. Welcome you all to this the 2021 ASCE MLAB Awards Night. We're so excited to come together tonight to recognize all these people and projects that have really made an impact here in the civil engineering industry. So just to start it off, I wanted to go over a little bit of the Zoom etiquette for this evening. Please make sure that you mute yourself. And then during the awards, feel free to show your excitement in the chat for all the winners. And if you end up having any issues, please direct all of your questions to Paul Lee. He's kind of the mastermind and will be able to help you with anything that you need. And then the other thing was at the end of this event, we will be doing a group photo. So be sure to stick around and make sure your camera works. I believe, so everyone has been provided a raffle ticket and we will be raffling out prizes throughout this evening. So you have to be present to win. And if you could turn on your camera if you do win, that'd be great because we want to kind of take pictures of all the winners. And with that, I would like to get the evening started by introducing our MLAB president, Ruwanka Purasinge. Ruwanka is a civil engineer for the LADWP and currently works as a at the project management office of the Water Engineering and Technical Services Division. Ruwanka is heavily involved with ASCE. He served as a former president of LAYMF. He's a member of the ASCE's Committee on, and he's on ASCE's Engineering Policy Committee. With no further ado, I'd like to give you Ruwanka.
Thanks, Chris, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight for this special event. The past year has definitely been a unique and difficult one. Lives were lost, businesses were closed, and as engineers, we were still tasked with making sure LA's infrastructure was intact. Construction projects continued, critical utilities were more depended on, and through it all, engineers adapted and continued to deliver. Tonight, we celebrate and acknowledge those achievements by honoring some incredible individuals and projects that showcase this determination, innovativeness, and adaptability for the hurdles this past year presented. But before we get into the keynote and our awards, I wanted to share some background info on who ASCE is and what we do here at the Metropolitan Los Angeles branch. So first, ASCE, the American Society of Civil Engineers, is the oldest professional engineering society in the nation, being founded in 1852. There are over 150,000 members worldwide in 177 countries. ASCE's vision is that civil engineers are global leaders, building a better quality of life, and they strive to meet that vision by delivering value to its members, advancing the civil engineering profession, and protecting public health, safety, and welfare, which you'll see many of the projects awarded tonight do accomplish. Here in Los Angeles, if I can get the next, we have the Metropolitan Los Angeles branch, or MLAB for short, which is basically the LA County area as the image shows. MLAB was founded in 1997, which means our 25-year anniversary is coming up next year. And I know our president-elect here, Chris Boswell, is planning to have some great events to commemorate that special occasion. We do have over 3,500 members here in LA, which is spread out between our branch, 7 technical institutes, our younger member forum, which is for professionals just entering the field out of college, and 5 ASCE student chapters, including Cal State LA, Cal State Northridge, LMU, UCLA, and USC. Now looking at the past year, it was clearly very different from any other year we've had in the past. And most notably, it was a year that forced us to go digital, which made having our more traditional events more difficult and very different, including this one. But we did have a very strong board this year who put together some great events, which I'd like to highlight a few of them. We can get the next slide. This past February 9th, 2021, was the 50th anniversary of the San Fernando earthquake, which really shaped LA from an engineering perspective and changed the way we operate. The 6.5 earthquake nearly failed the LA reservoir at the time, which is what the photo shows here, and would have led to an even bigger disaster in northern LA. This year, we were able to work with UCLA and the ASCE Infrastructure Resiliency Group to put on a series of events to highlight and discuss that earthquake and how, as engineers, we've grown from it. In March of this year, if I can get the next slide, the 2021 infrastructure report card was released, which evaluated and gave letter grades to our infrastructure nationwide. The overall grade did go up from a D+ in 2017 to a C- in 2021, which shows we were headed in the right direction. But still, some categories nationwide are lacking, including dams, roads, stormwater, and transit. Next slide, please. And so we also launched a structural engineering institute here in Los Angeles, which aims to connect structural engineers, researchers, and students in the LA region for innovation and advancement in the field of structural engineering. We actually did not have an LA chapter before. So this institute has had a great first year and has successfully held many virtual technical events, and we hope to see that continue to grow. And then with our student chapters, I did want to share and acknowledge that our ASCE CSUN chapter won the 2021 Ridgeway Award, which is given to the #1 student chapter in the entire world. So this is definitely a big deal. And if you see any ASCE matadors, be sure to congratulate them on this honor. I know we got a few of them here today. And then lastly, what I wanted to share with this audience is, here at ASCE and MLAB, we have a great organization here in LA, and we're always looking for new board members to join our team, either it being at the branch or younger member level. ASCE definitely gives professionals opportunities for leadership development, networking, and honestly having fun. At MLAB, we are planning to open up the nominations for next year's board within the next month or so, but I'll actually pass that back to Chris to talk about it more. But I do want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And again, congratulations to all the awardees.
Thanks, Rawanka. I'm really thankful for all the direction that you've provided this past year. I'm also very excited for this upcoming year. So as Rawanka mentioned, we'll be opening up nominations for board members. And we'll be really excited to kind of do a lot this coming year, especially with the COVID restrictions being relaxed. We're planning for a jam-packed year. We're gonna learn from what we had done this past year of kind of like the benefit of having some more virtual events, but kind of combining that with also having in-person events. Some of the feedback I've received so far from some of our members is just the importance of the professional development, as well as kind of that social component that people have really been missing out on. So we will definitely be focusing next year on technical presentations, as well as mixers, and even going to be planning to host a golf tournament this following year. All of this will be in addition to all the other stuff that we'll do, including student outreach, community involvement, and volunteering events. And next year will be MLAB's 25th anniversary, and we'll have a committee that will be making that very memorable to help celebrate all the contributions that MLAB has provided for this community. I hope to see all of your faces at some of these events, and also for you to be involved as we go into this next year. So with that, we'll start passing it on to our keynote speaker. I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker and the winner of the Outstanding Innovation Award, Grav Sundt. Grav is a professor and a Samueli Fellow at the Samueli School of Engineering, with appointments in the Department of Civil Environmental Engineering, Material Science and Engineering, and the California Nanosystems Institute at the University of California, Los Angeles. He's also the director of UCLA's Institute for Carbon Management. Grav's research encompasses heterogeneous reactions at solid-liquid vapor interfaces, including dissolution, precipitation, and electrochemical decarbonization, or corrosion with applications in catalyzing new technologies for heavy industry and decarbonization. The outcomes of this work has been described in more than 170 peer-reviewed journal publications and has had a huge impact and is planning to have a huge impact on the civil engineering. So a lot of that information that I just kind of spit out is kind of helps with giving the perspective that he is actually the founder of Carbon Built, which has developed a method to create concrete that is more sustainable, actually working with how CO2 interacts with the concrete itself. And so it's been doing some amazing things with concrete being such a carbon contributor. And he was also a finalist at the Energy COSIA Carbon X Prize competition, and it was recognized as a global top 10 innovator. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Grav Sundt.
Thanks very much, Chris. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the recognition. You know, actually, this is a fun crowd. I actually see a couple of faces that were students in class with me, somewhere between a few years ago to many years ago. Choose as you will. So again, thanks for being here. You know, so I spent quite a bit of time trying to think about what I wanted to say today, and you know, I eventually sort of settled on the idea that personal anecdotes and personal stories are often really good fun. So maybe we'll start there, and I'll tell you as to why I became a civil engineer and why I think this is a wonderful profession to be in, right? So if we take a step back, you know, so I am a third generation civil engineer. I've done more or less exactly the same things that my father did and my grandfather did, except for the difference that I work at a university and they spend their careers doing real construction, building either a city or a state in India. And you know what really drew me to the profession is, as a 5-year-old child growing up, if your ideal day involves hanging out on an excavator on a construction site, it's kind of easy to start to understand why you end up in the profession that you do, right? So this was something that I did very often growing up. My father worked on very large construction projects, and you know, let's leave the health and safety and issues aside, but I found myself wandering around in an excavator or a dump truck really often. But growing up in India, one of the things that I also realized extensively is that if you look at the development trajectory of a country like India, right, civil engineers have been transformatively influential in really affecting society and quality of life, right? So think about things like clean sanitation, think about clean drinking water. Sort of these two things, between just the two of them, moved human lifespan about 30 years in a matter of literally 30 years. And so you really start to see this impact. And you know, when you start to see this impact, which starts to deliver really tangible improvements in terms of quality of life, in terms of lifespan, you know, there's really sort of a lot to behold. Now, all that said, you know, when I was going to graduate school, I came to the US to get an undergraduate degree in engineering. I went to Purdue, did a bachelor's, master's, and a PhD, all in extremely hospitable Indiana, hospitable for the people, not hospitable for the weather. I spent a lot of time sort of trying to think about what is it that I really wanted to do. And you know, as I was going through graduate school, this is when the Kyoto Protocol had recently been signed in effect in '97. Everyone was talking about carbon dioxide emissions. And you know, I spent time as a graduate student hearing lots of people talk about carbon emissions, but really didn't see a whole lot of people do anything about carbon emissions. And that was sort of an important thing to really try and notice, because you know, when you dig into the details behind all of this, what I really came to understand, and you know, I think this was an interesting realization for me. I would now argue that it was a very intuitive one, or it was a very obvious one. In effect, as civil engineers, we've been constructing infrastructure, buildings, choose what you will, in exactly the same way for the last 150 years, right? So since the Industrial Revolution, since we learned how to produce steel and cement on an industrial scale, we've basically been doing the same things, right? We've maybe been doing it somewhat faster, somewhat better, somewhat taller, but fundamentally, the materials of construction have not changed. Now, why is this really important, right? So it's important for two reasons. So one is you are effectively building the equivalent of a new New York City every month. So for those of us that think there isn't a lot of construction happening, there is. It might not be all happening in Los Angeles, but it is happening around the world. And I think that's an important thing. The important thing to sort of consider in the midst of this is 90% of the embodied carbon footprint of construction is really in the materials of construction. And so when you think about really the impact that construction has at a couple of different levels, it becomes really dramatic. Number one, if you think about 50% of all resources that get extracted from the Earth's crust, they end up in the construction sector. about 40% of primary energy use ends up in the construction sector. So really, you start to recognize that we've got an overwhelming impact on the world around us, and we're in effect following a paradigm that's about 150 years old, right? And so this is something which I spend a lot of time thinking about, and this is one of the reasons why when UCLA advertised this position, I didn't think for a moment I was going to get it for whatever it's worth. But in hindsight, this is all great to think about. When UCLA advertised a position focused on particularly reducing the embodied carbon footprint of the materials of modern construction, I said, this is clearly going to be a fun thing to do. Long story short, I was in Switzerland at that point. I decided to leave the Swiss Alps and wandered to sunny California. I just mentioned to Paul Lee, it's actually been over 10 years since that happened. And clearly a lot has happened since then, right? And, with that said, let me pivot a little bit and tell you the story of sort of how we got into this idea of working and competing for Carbon X Prize and why we thought it was a fun thing to do. So after I came here and, we'd sort of gone through what I'd say many academics do, which is setting up a research lab, getting your graduate students underway, et cetera. We happened to have an interesting realization. I had a postdoc that walked into my office, said, I'm really bored of the project I'm working on. I'd like to do something that's more interesting, something that's more environmentally aligned. We spent a little bit of time sort of looking at this and came to realize that there was an interesting opportunity to utilize carbon dioxide emissions potentially to produce concrete. 7 years later, I can tell you that this is very much a reality. When we were first looking at it then, there were plenty of naysayers around, but we sort of persevered at it. And as we persevered at it, we actually came to realize that there was some really interesting chemistry that drove this idea of being able to transform carbon dioxide into concrete. And it actually did work. So we went from essentially doing what I'd say work is in a thimbleful of material, literally a thimbleful of material. This was about 10 milligrams of material the first time we did this. Going to 2020, where with a superb team, people some of you might know, Gabriel Falzone, who many of you might have actually gone to school with, Iman Medipur, who many of you might have learned dynamics from. We actually went to a power plant in Wyoming and actually demonstrated this could be done at a commercial scale, right? So why is this significant? 2 or 3 reasons. So number one, sort of the thing that I'm proudest of is we were able to take something from a laboratory concept to a commercial demonstration. In effect, we scaled up the process 1 million times. And it's like I say, if you like a multiplier on your salary, that's probably a nice multiplier to have. 1 million times multiplier on my salary would make me very happy. 1 million times multiplier on scale up is also really significant. And the last part to sort of touch on as to why I think this was really significant, we demonstrated a pathway by which we could produce a material that's functionally equivalent to traditional concrete, cost equivalent to traditional concrete, and has a carbon footprint that's about 50 to 70% lower, right? If you sort of think about how this ties into the first part of what I said, any opportunity that we have to reduce carbon emissions is, I think, a significant one for us to be thinking about. All that said, to try and sort of make a long story short, I think an important question we really need to be asking ourselves as civil engineers. Of course, there's infrastructure that needs to be built, there's infrastructure that needs to be maintained. There's always going to be a permanent need for housing. But we should make no mistake, this industry is ripe for disruption and it's ripe for dramatic disruption. The question that I think we want to try and ask ourselves is, do we want to control the disruption that occurs, or do we want it to be forced upon us? One way or another, it's going to happen. And I think for every single one of us that practices within this field, I think we want to be thinking about how are we going to shape the disruption that occurs, and how do we really be a beneficially sort of contributing part of it. With that said, I'd like to conclude, say thanks very much again for this award, and looking forward to hearing from all of the other winners.
Thank you again, Grav, for being our keynote speaker for this evening. And also congratulations on being the award winner for Outstanding Innovation. Let's see, with that, we will actually start off our first raffle of the evening. We're going to be picking 2 winners. Each will receive a $25 gift card. Let's see, drum roll, please. And the winners are Chelsea Roy. Is Chelsea Roy in here? Let's see. Paul, I will let you, I don't know if you can see if she's still on the list. Nope. Okay. Then our next one is going to be Jeremiah Bonowitz. Is Kevin? Kevin will be my checker. Nope. Okay. Let's see. We'll go up to our next one. Is going to be Charlie Guess.
Hooray! Here.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Kevin will follow up with you in terms of how to claim that prize. And then see, we still have one more, which will be Diego Cadena.
I'm here.
Awesome.
Is it possible to donate that to a scholarship or some sort of other activity?
Absolutely. We'll definitely put it towards our student scholarship for this
Great.
coming year.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Okay, so with that, let's see. And now I think since we've gotten through our first raffle, we will make it on to the presentation of the individual award winners. So I'd like to introduce Chris Shepard. So Chris Shepard is a senior civil engineer at the Environmental Programs Division of Los Angeles County Public Works. He provides technical support, insight, and direction for solid waste management policies and programs throughout the county. And he currently serves as Metropolitan LA branch's past president. So with that, Chris, please take it away.
Great, thanks, Chris. Happy to be here tonight to honor all of our awardees. I'd now like to present our first award for Outstanding Civil Engineer in the Public Sector. This year's awardee is Caitlin Hannon from Los Angeles County Public Works. Caitlin is an associate civil engineer in Public Works' Stormwater Engineering Division, where she manages spreading ground improvement projects to recharge groundwater and is the project manager for the Cogswell Reservoir Post-Fire Emergency Restoration Project, which she helped expedite in response to the Bobcat fire. In 2019, she became the first female structures specialist to join the LA County Fire Department's Urban Search and Rescue Team. Her dedication to public service, combined with her outstanding contributions to ASCE through various positions with the Los Angeles Younger Member Forum, contributed to her selection as this year's Outstanding Civil Engineer in the Public Sector. Please join me in congratulating Caitlin in the chat. Great. Moving on to our next award. Again, congratulations, Caitlin. Our next award is Outstanding Civil Engineer in the Private Sector. This year's awardee is Dr. Mark Hanna. He is a vice president and senior principal for Geotechnical Consultants and manages their downtown Los Angeles office. His nearly 30-year career has been dedicated to improving conditions for communities and the environment, with award-winning projects in water supply, water quality, and flood risk management. His recent work focuses on major planning efforts and civil infrastructure that enhance conditions for local water supply reliability, improved water quality, and reduced flood risk and floodplain resilience, especially in underserved communities. His dedication to the civil engineering profession and the communities of Los Angeles made him the clear choice for this year's Outstanding Civil Engineer in the Private Sector. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Mark Hanna. Let me ask there, Dr. Hanna, did you want to say a few words? Or no?
Mark, you're muted.
Funny, I've got a double mute button here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what the American Society of Civil Engineers does, and I'm excited to be part of the MLAB group. And you know, I've had a wonderful career working actually in the public sector at LADWP for about a decade, and with Geotechnical now for over 10 years. And also in academia, both doing my research at UCLA and now I teach in the civil engineering department over there. And I really love the profession that we have all chosen to make life not only where we live better, but for others, and teaching students who will be coming behind us to advance the practice into the future. I appreciate everybody being here tonight, and I really I don't take this award lightly. I'm honored, and of course it's because I work with folks like you that allow me to do the things that I do. So again, much appreciated, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hanna, so much for joining us this evening, and congratulations again on your award. Our next award is for Outstanding Civil Engineer in Community Service. This year's awardee is Joanne Su. Joanne is a Transportation Engineering Associate at the City of Los Angeles Department of Transportation, who has professional experience in traffic signal design, district operations, and communications. She works closely with communities in Los Angeles to resolve traffic-related issues. Her passion for community service also led her to take on the role of elementary school day lead for LAYMF's Engineers Week, which involved coordinating with schools and public agencies and officials to host engineering activities for over 150 students. For her dedication to the communities of Los Angeles, we are proud to recognize Joanne as this year's Outstanding Civil Engineer in Community Service. Please join me in congratulating Joanne. Joanne, did you want to say a few words? I think we're, go ahead if you'd like.
Oh, I didn't plan on it, but no, I'm very honored for this. I appreciate the opportunity and the privilege to give back to the community. And I thank you all for being here and for this award.
Congratulations. And my apologies to Caitlin for not asking to say a few words. We'll circle back on the next one. Our next award is for Outstanding ASCE Branch Officer. This year's awardee, Amit Joshi, is a senior dam safety engineer at the California Department of Water Resources. He serves as a project engineer on dam safety related projects in California. Previously, he worked as a bridge engineer at Caltrans Division of Engineering Services, Office of Bridge Design, serving Southern California counties. He served as a project engineer on various seismic retrofit, bridge widening, and bridge replacement projects. Amit has a long history of involvement with ASCE in Los Angeles, and most recently he served as MLAB's Professional Development Chair, and he is the founder of the Los Angeles chapter of ASCE's Structural Engineering Institute. Without his initiative, there would not be an SEI chapter in Los Angeles. For his dedication and service to the Metro Los Angeles branch, Amit is awarded this year's Outstanding ASCE Branch Officer. And now I'll invite Amit to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, MLAB, for giving me this opportunity. It has been a great experience working with everyone, and I'm really honored to have received this award. Thank you. Like, starting SEI chapter wouldn't have been possible without everyone's help, and thanks for helping me planning all the events, and I look forward to doing more activities for SEI LA chapter. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit, for being here tonight, and congratulations again. Our next award is for Outstanding ASCE Young Member Forum Officer. This year's award goes to Clarisse Rivera. Clarisse is a civil engineering associate in the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power's Project Management Office, where she manages water system capital improvement projects. She has been extremely involved in ASCE over the years, taking on roles such as LAYMF's University Outreach Co-Chair, MLAB's Student Activities Chair, CSUN ASCE's Student Chapter Practitioner Advisor, and serving on the Society Level Committee on Student Members, which is responsible for all 380 student chapters in the world. In addition to ASCE, she holds leadership positions with other service organizations, including the Asian American Architects and Engineers Foundation and the LADWP Society of Women Engineers Professional Chapter. For her dedication to ASCE, both locally and at the national level, MLAB is proud to award Clarisse this year's Outstanding ASCE YMF Officer Award. Please join me in congratulating Clarisse.
Thanks, Chris. I would like to quickly thank ASCE MLAB and LAYMF for being super supportive for the past 3 years that I've been involved, and I look forward to continuing to work with everyone. Thanks again.
Congratulations again. Thanks for all that you do for MLAB and for ASCE, Clarisse. Our next award is for Outstanding ASCE Practitioner Advisor. This year's award goes to Sam Potts. Sam is an associate engineer at MNS Engineers Incorporated, working as a design engineer on transportation, public works, and capital improvement projects. He currently holds a variety of leadership positions in ASCE at the YMF branch, section, and society levels. As one of CSUN's ASCE practitioner advisors, Sam has hosted a variety of professional development activities for the students, with topics including resume writing, personal finance, effective leadership, and COVID-19's anticipated impacts to civil engineering. With his aid, CSUN ASCE was nominated for and won the 2021 Ridgeway Award as the top student chapter in all of ASCE. For his dedication to student chapters throughout ASCE, and especially the CSUN student chapter, we're pleased to present Sam Potts this year's award for Outstanding ASCE Practitioner Advisor. Please join me in congratulating Sam.
Thanks, Chris. It's an honor to receive this award, and I really just want to thank my fellow practitioner advisor, Clarisse, and also thank the leadership board at CSUN for just bringing so much energy to the chapter, because it's basically this collision of just all this amazing ideas and minds that when we come together that we can create an amazing student chapter. And even just hearing that CSUN was nominated for the Ridgeway Award was kind of mind-blowing. And we were absolutely blown away when the committee on student members had selected us. So that was a really great virtual opportunity.
Great. Well, thank you again, Sam, for joining us. Your passion for the student chapters really comes through. Congratulations again on your award. Our next award this evening is for Outstanding ASCE Younger Civil Engineer. This year's awardee is no stranger to us here at ASCE. It is Brian Fan. Brian is a transportation engineer associate for LADOT and worked as a project engineer for Metro's Crenshaw LAX line and is the current project manager of the San Fernando Phase 3 bike path. Brian has been involved in ASCE since college and has continued his ASCE involvement by holding multiple board positions throughout his career, including president of the ASCE LA YMF chapter. In 2020, Brian was recognized by ASCE National as one of the new faces of civil engineering. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, he organized a project to create PPE for healthcare professionals called Shields for Nurses, with a mission to supply as many hospitals with protective face shields as possible. He was able to fundraise over $20,000 and purchase multiple 3D printers to create protective face shields. His organization has created over 5,000 face shields, which were donated to over 120 hospitals. For his commitment to helping others and his passion and dedication to all things ASCE, we are thrilled to award Brian Fan this year's Outstanding ASCE Younger Civil Engineer. Please join me in congratulating Brian. Brian, did you want to say anything? He's speaking, folks.
Yeah, I think I have to at this point. First off, thank you, Chris. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, looking at all the young engineers that have won awards tonight, those engineers are also well-deserving of outstanding younger civil engineers, truly. And you know, as a young engineer, we're challenged with soaking up so much knowledge that we can. And in doing so, we bring in knowledge that we learn from school, as well as the wisdom from all of the experienced engineers in our department or company. So with that being said, I am confident that Los Angeles has an extremely bright future. I would like to thank LADOT for their support in my success, as well as thank ASCE's Younger Member Forum and the board for giving me an opportunity to lead some of the best engineers in Los Angeles. Thank you, ASCE MLAB, and congratulations to all the winners here today.
Thank you, Brian. And congratulations again. Our last individual award this evening is for Outstanding Civil Engineering Student. And it seems to be a clean sweep for CSUN this year, as this year's award goes to Emily Garcia. Emily is a recent graduate from California State University, Northridge, receiving her Bachelor of Science degree in Civil Engineering. She joined CSUN's ASCE chapter and earned the positions of fundraising chair, vice president, and eventually president in her senior year. She also involved herself in the organization as the Concrete Canoe Mix Lead, Sustainability Project Member, and Environmental Project Manager. As CSUN ASCE president, Emily and her amazing board were able to keep students engaged through the COVID-19 pandemic with collaborative events, workshops, and virtual socials. Emily plans on continuing her involvement as an ASCE Younger Member by joining the ASCE LAYMF. We expect great things from her in the coming years. And MLAB is proud to award her this year's Outstanding Civil Engineering Student Award. Please join me in congratulating Emily.
Thank you so much. I want to quickly shout out my mom who's watching from the kitchen and to thank those that nominated me, as well as the chapter at CSUN ASCE. It's always going to be an important part of my life. And I just want to say thank you to Sam and Clarisse, as well as those that are watching from our chapter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. Congratulations. And before we wrap up the individual awards, I want to circle back to our outstanding civil engineer in the public sector, Caitlin Hannon. I hope you're still with us. Did you want to say a few brief words?
Sure. I was not planning to either, but of course, thank you, everyone. I joined ASCE back after college. I moved across the country, and honestly, all my best friends are from back in 2011 when I joined LAYMF, and obviously it helped with career opportunities and leadership opportunities. So I'm very appreciative, and congrats to everyone else who's receiving awards tonight.
Congratulations, Caitlin, and thank you so much for being here with us tonight. With that includes our individual award for this year, and I'd like to turn it back over to Chris Boswell to take us along with the rest of the program.
Thanks, Chris. So now we are going into our round two, second round of raffle prizes. So let's see, with no further ado. So again, this one will be for each of these individuals will receive a $25 gift card. And then can we get a drum roll? The winners are John Hogan. Is John Hogan on? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, John. Congratulations. Kevin will follow up with you regarding that gift card. And then for our second winner, we have Jose Cruz. Is Jose on though?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So with that, Kevin will follow up. And now we're going to go on to the next phase of the night's presentation, and we will be presenting our project award winners. So to do that, we have Paul and Lee and Linda Liu. And we're breaking it up because there's so many projects to commemorate here. So a little info about our two presenters. Paul Lee works at LADWP and consists of planning and procuring large-scale renewable energy projects to meet LA's goal of 100% clean energy by 2045. He's definitely energy to the core, sustainable energy to the core. And then Linda Liu on the other side is kind of on the public side and is a project engineer within the Facilities, Infrastructure, and Development Group at SOMAS in downtown Los Angeles, with a focus on site development projects, including design and permitting. She has also worked on public works projects focusing on roadways. So with no further ado, I'd like to pass this off to Paul to start off with the project awards.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chris. So if any project representative is present, you may make some remarks, but please make sure to keep it brief. Without further ado, for outstanding airports and ports, we recognize Pier E Berth E22 Wharf and Backlands Phase 3 by the Port of Long Beach. This is one of the landmark projects of the third phase of Middle Harbor. The project will consist of a 1,450-foot long concrete wharf deck supported by 950 concrete piles, land reclamation, pavement, and new utility systems. The Port of Long Beach Middle Harbor Terminal Redevelopment Program involves connecting and upgrading 2 older shipping terminals and transforming them into one of the world's most technologically advanced and greenest facilities. The $1.5 billion program uses automation, electrified equipment, and upgraded infrastructure to more than double the older terminal's cargo capacity, improving productivity and reducing air pollution as much as 50%. Congratulations to the Port of Long Beach, and if a representative is present, you may make some remarks now. Okay.
Hey, thanks ASCE MLAB for this award. My name is David Tran. I'll be receiving the award as a representative of the Port of Long Beach. Just want to make a couple of quick statements. I think the Port of Long Beach is always working on really some exciting projects both now and in the future. And being the engine of the local, state, and federal economy, we are always striving for the best. And this project is a perfect example of that. This $150 million project is one of the final capstones of the $1.5 billion Middle Harbor redevelopment project, and continue to make the Port of Long Beach the port of choice. And thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now for outstanding applied mapping technology projects, we recognize the Los Angeles Department of Transportation's GIS strategic plan. The LADOT strategic plan leverages all available department and city data to create a network to identify priority projects in relation to the Mayor's Green New Deal. Data relating to microtransit, EV charging in public right-of-way, equitable infrastructure, and more are analyzed to better provide services to underserved neighborhoods and constituents. The goal is to daylight data that could be insight into other data sets and understand what their relationships can contribute to our services. This allows LADOT to present data in different ways to different audiences and highlight areas of importance to them. Congratulations, LADOT. And if there's a representative, you may speak now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vladimir Gallegos. I'm part of the LADOT team. And I just want to say thank you. I'm really honored to be amongst a bunch of engineers. And I just want to say that I think that GIS is part of this whole world of daylighting stuff that we work on all the time and yet is invisible. And I think so much of our work has actually come to the forefront, especially during these times of crisis. And GIS is just part of that. And I'm just proud to be hand in hand with a lot of our engineering team also at LADOT, and our planners and our policymakers at LADOT, and also just our city family and county family. So just thank you. And if you ever need to reach out to LADOT for things, please, there's a bunch of us here. Please reach out. We are part of we're part of the whole regional family. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now for outstanding architectural engineering projects, we recognize SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium is the centerpiece of Hollywood Park, a sports and entertainment destination. The team utilized design and construction innovations to realize the vision of developer E. Stanley Kroenke. The complex transcends NFL football. It will host a wide range of events, including the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2028 Olympic Games. Congratulations to SoFi Stadium. If there's any project representatives, you may make some brief remarks.
Hello, my name is Jose Cruz. I will be the representative. From all of us that worked at the SoFi Stadium project, we thank MLA for this award. It was great, fantastic project to work alongside companies like HKS, Turner Hunt, the SoFi Stadium Ownership Group, and the City of Inglewood. again, fantastic project, and we look forward to having you visit this magnificent stadium. Thank you.
Yes, certainly looking forward to it. Now for outstanding big data project, we recognize the Pandemic Travel Study Behavior Study by the Los Angeles Department of Transportation. As LA grapples with how to manage the effects of this health and economic crisis, LADOT launched a study of travel trends during the pandemic. The analysis affirms that longstanding racial inequities created through decades of policies meant to intentionally oppress Black, Brown, and other people of color impact how people travel. These inequities have only deepened in recent months, impacting how many Angelenos in need get around. Wonderful work for LADOT. If there's any representatives, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Carranza. I'm a principal engineer over at LADOT. While I'm here to accept the award, all the kudos really go to the amazing team at LADOT that included Rose McCarran, Karina Macias, and Rubina Gazarian, who really did the bulk of the work and who dived deep into the data and data from multiple sources, including location-based service data. And they conducted a once-in-a-lifetime travel behavior analysis during a global pandemic. So happy to be here, and thanks for the award.
Thank you, Thomas. And now for outstanding bikeways and trails project, we recognize the 5th and 6th Street Improvement Project by the City of Los Angeles Department of Transportation and the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Completed in July 2020, this project installed multimodal transportation improvements featuring dedicated bus lanes and protected Class 4 bikeways to connect downtown Los Angeles. The project was implemented through a multi-agency partnership between the City of LA and LA Metro to reduce congestion, improve mobility, and increase safety on local streets and corridors in downtown Los Angeles. This connection links Skid Row, Central City East, and the Arts District to the rest of downtown's growing active transportation network, to jobs, and to high-quality transit such as Metro Rail. To accept the award, please welcome Julia Brown, Manager of Community Relations at LA Metro.
Hi, everyone. First of all, on behalf of the 5th Street and 6th Street Improvement Project team, I want to thank you for this wonderful award. This was absolutely a team effort between Metro, LADOT, and Streets LA, with the goal being to improve mobility and safety along these 2 corridors. So again, thank you for this wonderful award. Congratulations to all of the other award recipients, and thanks again.
Thank you, Julia. And now for Outstanding Bridge Project. We recognize North Atwater Bridge by the City of Los Angeles Department of Public Works, Bureau of Engineering. The North Atwater Bridge Project is the first steel cable type bridge in the City of Los Angeles. The bridge is for non-motorized travel for equestrians, pedestrians, and bicyclists to make year-round crossings over the LA River between the communities of Atwater Village and Griffith Park. This bridge is part of the LA River Revitalization Plan, which connects the Atwater Village on the east bank to the LA River bike path on the west bank with access to Griffith Park. To accept the award, we have a pre-recorded message from a very special guest. Without further ado, Mayor Eric
Garcia. Thank you, ASCE, for recognizing the city's Bureau of Engineering for its incredible work to build infrastructure for the benefit of all Angelenos. With projects like the North Atwater Bridge, which is an icon in the making. It is the first cable-stayed steel bridge in LA and makes a key connection to and across the LA River. And like all of our infrastructure investment in Los Angeles, it's making our communities healthier, safer, and more sustainable. And I want to recognize the Lucretz family who provided the anchor donation and have been dear friends for so many years. It's through your generosity and commitment to LA, Mort and Linda, you have made the North Atwater Bridge a reality. So thank you to the Lucretz family for your generosity and River LA for your partnership. And congratulations again to our Bureau of Engineering, including the entire design team, for all of your hard work to see this project through. Congratulations and have a great rest of your evening.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mayor Eric Garcetti. And now for Outstanding Community Improvement Projects. we recognize CD11, A Bridge Home Sunset by the Bureau of Engineering. The Bureau of Engineering has been awarded in the category of community involvement for the design and construction of a temporary homeless shelter, part of the mayor's A Bridge Home initiative to end homelessness in Los Angeles. The shelter will house 154 people at a time, 100 adults, and 54 transitioned age youth. The shelter aims to build community, privacy, and dignity for those experiencing homelessness. Congratulations and wonderful work, LADOE. There's a representative, you may take the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Marina Quinones. I'm the senior architect for this project, and I just want to thank ASCE on behalf of the Bureau of Engineering.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to outstanding construction projects. We recognize Mulholland Highway over Triunfo Creek Bridge by the Los Angeles County Public Works. Mulholland Highway over Triunfo Creek Bridge is a 144-foot long single-span steel truss bridge in the unincorporated community of Cornell. After the original structure was completely destroyed in 2018 by the Woolsey Fire, this bridge restores full access to the area with 1 lane in each direction and a 5-foot wide sidewalk. This complex project significantly reduced the time of completion of critical infrastructure while providing a vital community asset for many years to come. To accept the award, please welcome John Liu from the Los Angeles County Public Works.
Thank you. My name is John Liu, bridge designer from LA County Public Works. I'm glad to represent LA County to accept this award, and we really appreciate ASCE for this recognition. We have a great team of numerous engineers involved to make this project happen. We're able to complete this project in a very short time frame, as we know how critical this bridge was to the community, which suffered greatly from the Woolsey Fire. We're glad that we're able to restore this bridge and make such a positive impact to our community. This recognition from ASCE is such a nice bonus for completing this project. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, John. Now for outstanding emergency response and preparedness, we recognize Los Angeles Department of Transportation's COVID-19 pandemic response. LADOT's COVID-19 emergency response program worked directly with the communities in the city of Los Angeles to provide support and relief to their constituents. The Alfresco program, food retail pickup zones, COVID-19 testing and vaccination site support, Slow Streets program, LAUSD grab and go support, LA County food drive support, and the redesigned signal timing across the city helped the hardest hit businesses and Angelinos. The programs prioritize BIPOC businesses and neighborhoods, which were shown to be the most vulnerable during COVID-19. Congratulations, LADOT. There's a representative, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas Sandoval. I'm a transportation engineer for the city of Los Angeles. I'm very thankful for this appreciation from ASCE. As everybody says, congratulate everybody else, but it's really a team effort in LADOT. And it's an awesome opportunity as a public servant. We were blessed really to be part of this coming back from the pandemic to help out citizens and just make everybody a little bit happier, and more importantly, to get vaccinated and tested. So again, congratulations, everybody. LADOT is very thankful for this recognition.
Wonderful, thank you. Moving on to our outstanding energy project. For outstanding energy projects, we recognize the Chevron cogeneration B-train upgrade. The cogeneration efficiency upgrade improved waste heat recovery of the existing heat recovery steam generator, resulting in both energy and emission savings. This was accomplished by installing a new low temperature economizer coil, which recovers additional heat from the hot exhaust of the gas turbine of one of the cogeneration trains, improving heat recovery results and additional steam production for the overall fire duty. Chevron partnered with SoCalGas to participate in the Energy Efficiency Conditional Incentive Program and was one of the leading energy efficiency projects under this program. So congratulations, Chevron. If there's a representative, you may speak now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kelsey Callum-Carrion. I'm here with Brian Coons on the line as well, accepting the award for Chevron and HRST. And even though Chevron may not be civil by trade, we're striving to reduce and improve our environmental impact. And we, of course, love the opportunity to be able to share our projects with ASCE. And I am personally involved and hope to get involved as I move from Southern San Joaquin into the MLAB area. So thank you guys once again.
Yeah, thanks, Kelsey. It's great to have you back, or great to have you in LA. And now for Outstanding Environmental Engineering Project, we recognize the Sun Valley Recycling Center, Transfer Station and Material Recovery Facility by the Waste Management, Recycling and Disposal Services of California Incorporated. The facility is over 100,000 square feet with a 3,000 square foot two-story admin building located in the San Fernando Valley. The project in its entirety is intended for sustainability. The facility will produce enough renewable natural gas per year to potentially fill 35,000 city buses. And the net carbon emissions reduction is approximately 110,000 metric tons annually. This innovative project has set the bar for every TSMRF facility that follows. Now, if there's a project representative, you may say a brief words.
Yes, thanks, Paul. My name's Rick Garcia. I was a project manager with David Evans and Associates, and truly just want to say thank you for this award on behalf of Waste Management and ET Environmental. It's truly an honor to work alongside such a great group of fellow consultants and collaborate with the city of Los Angeles and just be a part of a project that's a steward of the environment. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you. So I do have to apologize. I think we noticed a couple of representatives wanting to speak for the 5th and 6th Street projects. We did hear from the mayor, but I do want to open the floor to any representative that may have wanted to provide remarks for the 5th and 6th Street projects. Okay. Well, hearing none, I'd like to introduce Linda Liu to announce our final round of awardees.
Alrighty, thanks, Paul. Great job out there. So let's continue giving out some awards. For flood management, outstanding flood management project, we have the Morris Dam Low Flow Outlet and Facility Improvement Project by LA County Flood Control District and LA County Public Works. The Morris Dam Low Flow Outlet and Facility Improvement Project enhances operational flexibility at the Morris Dam. The new low flow outlet valve improves water conservation at the dam by reducing spray and vapor loss during mandatory small water releases. The self-adjusting boat dock on the upstream face of the dam improves operational, maintenance, and emergency response by providing direct and immediate boat access to the reservoir through all variations in the reservoir water levels. Refurbishing the auxiliary gate and hoist system provides for operational flexibility for making repairs, which this increases the reliability of the outlet works at this facility. The new security gate and fence improves the security at the dam by keeping all the mechanical valves and valuable instruments safe within the facility. Together, these components of the project help to ensure reliable flood protection and water conservation at Morris Dam for the benefit of downstream communities. At this time, I'd like to invite Scott Grogowski from LA County Public Works to say a few words. We have Scott.
Thank you, Linda. Hi, everyone. My name is Scott Grogowski, and on behalf of the LA County Flood Control District and LA County Public Works, I wanted to thank ASCE for consideration of the project and this award. This project demonstrates the commitment of Public Works and the Flood Control District to preserving the important role of Morris Dam in providing flood protection and water conservation for downstream communities. I don't have time to mention all involved, but I'll give a quick shout out to all the Public Works project teams involved, from stormwater engineering, stormwater maintenance, design, operational services, and project management 3 divisions. Thank you, and congratulations also to all the other winners tonight.
Thanks, Scott. All right, our next award is the Outstanding Geotechnical Engineering Project Award. And for this award, we recognize Potrero Canyon Park grading by the City of Los Angeles. Potrero Canyon is a 48-acre canyon with a long history of unstable slopes and landslides that presented a safety hazard to residents and property. This mass grading project moved over 1.4 million cubic yards of soil to stabilize the canyon slopes. With this grading activity, it created the foundation for a passive park with a unique system of terrace basins using recycled stormwater to create riparian habitats for the community and wildlife to enjoy. Do we have anyone from City of LA who would like to speak on behalf of this project?
Yes, thank you, Linda. My name is Pedro Garcia. I'm with the City of Los Angeles Bureau of Engineering, and I'm the project manager for the Potrero Canyon Park project. This is the first phase of this amazing future park, and I'd like to recognize the entire project team for their hard work on this project. And I'd like to thank ASCE MLAB for this recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Our next project award goes to the Operations and Maintenance project for the Glendora Mountain Road Highway Safety Improvement Program project by the LA County Department of Public Works. This Highway Safety Improvement Program project includes 13.9 miles of recessed centerline striping and pavement markers to help increase safety for the motorists, since there have been many accidents on this road due to street racing and high cyclist volumes. This project also helped to reduce maintenance on the striping and markers, which have to be plowed due to snow and rocks, which usually would have lowered the lifespan of the striping and removed markers. The total construction cost was $1.38 million. Would anyone from LA County Public Works like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you so much, Linda. Working on this project was a really interesting project, working with Keith Lee as my supervisor in our operational services division. Also a shout out to Yolanda Melicon and Michelle Lee, Angeline Guerrero. Without their help, we definitely wouldn't have got this through and going through all the federal funding, and definitely appreciate it, and congrats to all the other winners. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, our next award is for the Outstanding Parks and Recreation project. And we have awarded the Robertson Recreation Center from the City of Los Angeles. The Robertson Recreation Center is a new gymnasium and community center that serves the South Robertson neighborhood of LA, replacing a beloved but deteriorated recreation facility. Built on the site of the original Rob Rec and funded by the City of Los Angeles, the project transforms the undersized recreation center into a new state-of-the-art gymnasium and community anchor. Open trusses, large windows provide continuous indirect sunlight, significantly reducing the need for artificial lighting throughout the day and further reducing the building's environmental impact. The project is organized around a regulation basketball court with supplementary meeting spaces. Outdoor basketball courts, outdoor play structures, and exercise equipment create opportunities for community interaction and engagement. Would anyone from the Robertson Recreation Center project like to say a few words?
Yes, hi, Linda, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Asaturi Kemetian, Project Manager Architect with Bureau of Engineering, Architectural Division. I'm accepting this project on behalf of City of Los Angeles, Recon Parks, and Bureau of Engineering. I'd like to thank ASCE for this award, recognizing this project. I'd like to also recognize and thank our project team from City of Los Angeles, as well as our design consultants who did a great job in getting this project done. I invite everyone to visit and enjoy this facility. And once again, congratulations to all the nominees and award winners. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again. Our next project award goes to the Roadway and Highway project, San Fernando Valley Green Streets project by Los Angeles Sanitation and Environment, LASAN for short. The San Fernando Valley Green Streets project is a collaborative effort between Los Angeles Sanitation and Environment, LA-SAN, LA Department of Water and Power, LADWP, and Geotechnical consultants to design and construct stormwater best management practices at 7 sites in North Hollywood and Pacoima neighborhoods of LA. Design and construction of 63 dry well systems with pre-treatment systems and catch basins, 6 storm drain diversions, 18 rain gardens, and 3 landscape medians contribute to greening city hardscape, groundwater aquifer recharge, improving downstream water quality, and reduced localized flooding. This project consists of 7 sites in the San Fernando Valley and is expected to capture and infiltrate over an average of 457 acre-feet per year of stormwater runoff from 594 acres of tributary drainage areas. On top of all of those impressive stats, the project got to substantial completion in just 15 months. Congratulations, LA Sanitation. Would anyone from the project like to say a few words?
Hi, my name is Kevin Ho with LA Sanitation. I'm the project manager for this project. I want to thank ASCE for this award and also our partners, LADWP, State Coast Conservancy, and Geotechnical Consultants for the work on the projects. And I just want to say that I think that this project will be very beneficial to convey stormwater from the streets and roadways to the groundwater basin. Thank you.
Thank you. Impressive stats. I threw in a bunch of numbers in there. For our next award, we have the Outstanding Structural Engineering Project Award, and it goes to the Long Beach Civic Center by the City of Long Beach and the Port of Long Beach. The Long Beach Civic Center, LBCC, located in downtown Long Beach, encompasses a new city hall and civic chambers, a headquarters for the Port of Long Beach, and a public library. The project replaced maintenance-plagued, seismically unsound structures, which are their words, not mine, with new civic buildings that play a vital role in the city's efforts to revitalize downtown without added cost to taxpayers. Some stats on this project. The project is more than 600,000 square feet divided among 4 structures and spread across 6 city blocks. The 4 structures are enveloped in more than 330,000 square feet of unitized curtain wall, some of them as high as 26 feet tall. Through an innovative prefab approach, the team was able to assemble the skin with maximum efficiency, fitting the units like Legos and ultimately finishing the curtain wall assembly in 6 months instead of 12 to 18 months. This ultimately translated to $1 million in cost savings. The project is North America's first municipal design, build, finance, operate, maintain, DBFOM contract, and the first North American hybrid DBFOM to combine public infrastructure and private development within a single project. And those are some really impressive stats. Congratulations, City of Long Beach and Port of Long Beach. Anyone from the project would like to say a few words?
Hi, Linda. Thank you very much. On behalf of the City of Long Beach and the Port of Long Beach, we want to thank ASCE and MLAB for this recognition. The opening of the new Civic Center marks a major milestone in the innovative public-private partnership that Linda just mentioned. The partnership was between the city, the port, and Plenary Edgemore, our civic partners in this endeavor. And the project was designed to bring a revitalized civic core to downtown, serving residents, attracting visitors, and also providing safe and efficient city operations. And once this whole pandemic is done, hope to take more advantage of this beautiful facility. Thanks, everyone, and congratulations to everybody else.
Thanks, Frank. Good seeing you again. Our next award is for the Outstanding Sustainable Engineering Project Award, and it goes to Irvin Magic Johnson Park Revitalization Phase 1A by the Los Angeles County Public Works and Los Angeles County Department of Parks and Recreation. The 120-acre Irvin Magic Johnson Park is located in the community of Willowbrook and is one of the largest recreational areas within County of LA Parks and Recreation Park System. Phase 1A renovation of the park is 36 acres and includes walking paths, biofiltration educational gardens, a children's play area and splash pad, picnic areas, a community center building, and stormwater management infrastructure. To minimize potable water use, the park was designed to recycle the runoff from the 375-acre watershed. This system captures and treats urban and stormwater runoff. The stormwater runoff is directed to a mitigated wetland surrounding one of the park's 2 lakes. The filtered stormwater fills the lake and is recirculated to irrigate the park. This stormwater management system protects nearby Compton Creek from bacteria and heavy metal pollutants that are present in urban and stormwater runoff. In addition, the wetland creates a habitat for birds, insects, and other urban wildlife, which is a combination of nature and engineering, my 2 favorites. Congratulations, LA County Public Works and LA County Department of Parks and Recreation. Is there anyone from the project who would like to say a few words?
Yes, hello, my name is TJ Moon with LA County Public Works. I'd like to thank ASCE for the award. This park, not only is it named after a Laker great, there's a great LA Times article on it. So if you guys Google it, learn more about the project. I also want to give a quick shout out to the team, LA County Public Works, Parks and Rec, and also our consultant, Wendy Chan, who's on the call from AHBE, and also Tuan Nguyen, also from Public Works. Thank you all for everyone that was involved. Thank you for this award.
Congratulations, TJ. Our next award is for the Outstanding Telecommunications Project. The Los Angeles Regional Interoperable Communication System is the recipient of this year's award. Previously, public safety agencies for 88 cities and unincorporated areas of LA County used 40 aging radio networks and the same commercial broadband services used by millions of LA area residents. This meant safety agencies were competing for bandwidths. The LARICS project transformed public safety communications through the integration of land mobile radio and LTE technologies that allowed interoperable communication in any form, using any type of device on any frequency in all areas throughout the greater LA region on a single modern platform. The project unified regional voice and data systems, providing unparalleled interoperable communications and mobile capabilities for public safety responders. And now I'd like to welcome Justin Delfino, Program Manager at LA-RICS, to say a few words.
Hi, good evening, everybody. We're very honored to receive this award, and I just want to quickly thank David Evans for their partnership and Garrett Freer for nominating us for this award. Although our success on the program was not solely dependent on our contracted engineering, but also our in-house staff. And I want to quickly thank Nancy Yang and Ted Powell of engineering, Jeanette Ares Mendez and Susie Oriana Curtis in contracts and finance. Also Rosalind Knowlton, Tanya Roth, Steve Page, Chris Odenthal, and the list goes on of contributors that have done a great job providing this network to public safety. If you would like more information about our organization, please visit larics.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Congratulations again. Our next award is for the Outstanding Transportation Project Award. And the award goes to the Crenshaw LAX Corridor by LA Metro. The Crenshaw LAX Corridor is an 8.5 mile transit corridor aimed at improving mobility in Los Angeles. This line connects the Green Line by El Segundo to the Expo Line, which runs between downtown LA and Santa Monica. The project features several bridges, including one over the 405 freeway. There are 3 main tunnels, some of which are cut and cover, and some of which consist of twin board tunnels. It sets the stage for the airport's landside access modernization program by building accommodations for the future aviation 96th Street station that will connect the rail line to the automated people mover between the terminals and the consolidated rental car facility. I certainly can't wait for it to open up. Do we have any representative from the Crenshaw LAX corridor project who would like to take the stage?
Hi, Linda, this is Ben. Really glad to have the award, and it's been 8.5 years, so lots of design challenges along the way. Great project.
Thank you, Ben. Alrighty, so our next project that we are awarding is for the Outstanding Urban and Land Development Project. And the award goes to Broadway Palace Apartments by G.H. Palmer. Broadway Palace Apartments is an urban infill mixed-use podium and tower development. The 4.1-acre project consists of 2 buildings with 686 units and over 50,000 square feet of retail. Innovative stormwater sustainability is incorporated via automated shutoff valves to route overflow without pumps. The design matches the architecture of the historic Broadway corridor in downtown LA, and the building was designed to maintain public visual access to historical Banksy street art exhibit. The project is a combination of 2 7-story podium timber structures and an 11-story steel tower with 4 levels of subterranean parking. Together, the buildings provide over 800 bicycle spots and over 1,400 parking spots, much needed in LA. Anyone from the Broadway Palace Apartments project would like to say a few words?
Hi, I'm Travis Iverson. I'm with David Evans and Associates, and I was a project manager for this project. The Broadway Palace project was an outstanding mixed-use project in downtown Los Angeles, and more specifically in the historic Broadway corridor. The outstanding success of this project relied on great coordination and communication from the entire design development team, the construction team, and also the City of Los Angeles. So from David Evans and Associates, I would like to congratulate our entire project team, and to the ownership team at G.H. Palmer, I would like to say thank you and congratulations on the success of this amazing project. And finally, thank you to ASCE MLA for the recognition, and congratulations to the other winners. Thank you.
Thanks, Travis. I definitely notice it every time I head on over to the BOE Public Works building. Alrighty, our last, I believe that's our last award. It is for the Outstanding Water Project. And the awardee is the Franklin D. Roosevelt Park Regional Stormwater Capture Project by the Los Angeles County Public Works and County of Los Angeles Department of Parks and Recreation. The Franklin D. Roosevelt Park Regional Stormwater Capture Project is a regional multi-benefit sustainable project that integrates both below ground and above ground green infrastructure and low impact development, LID, type features. The below ground features include 2 infiltration galleries built below the new soccer field at the park and 3 infiltration wells drilled into an adjacent street, Whitsett Avenue, that have a total of 24-hour capacity of 8.5 acre feet. The above ground green infrastructure features include new drought tolerant landscaping, permeable walking paths, a new turf soccer field and fencing with sports lighting, skate park improvements, and an ADA accessible permeable rubber play area. Oh, and it includes bioswales. Looks like those are some storm traps right there. Would anyone from the team like to say a few words?
Yes, thanks, Linda. My name is Tuan Nguyen. I'm a civil engineer at the LA County Public Works. And on behalf of LA County Public Works and the project team, I'd like to thank ASCE for the recognition and also for this award. It was in our best interest to try to create a multi-benefit project that not only improve the environment, water, but also uplift the community. So I want to kind of just give also a big shout out to a few members of the project team that are on here today. TJ Moon, Luis Romero, who's our project manager / construction manager, our Kai Chung, who's our landscape architect, Tan Pham, who's also the one of the project engineers. And so, yeah, we really appreciate it. Was over 25, 30 engineers, environmentalists, you know, all working together to kind of get this project completed. So once again, I really appreciate the award and the recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations. And I think that is it for the project awards. So I'll now hand it off to Chris Boswell, who is dying to raffle off some prizes.
Thanks, Linda. So now we will be doing our third and final raffle of the evening. Again, the winners will each receive a $25 gift card. And let's see, for the first one, we have, let's see, I believe it is Justin Delfino. Are you still on the line?
I am. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So Kevin will follow up with you. And then our next winner is going to be Kelsey Kalamakarian.
Hey, thank you guys.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to both of you guys. Kevin will follow up with you regarding of how to get the prizes to you. So I just wanted to thank everybody for attending our 2021 MLAB Awards Night. It was exciting to see all of these amazing people and projects here in the LA area. I'd like to take one more moment to congratulate all of tonight's winners, because you guys did an amazing job. You guys have set a really high bar, and I'm eager to see all of next year's award winners. So hard act to follow, but I'm sure more projects and people will come through. And with that, I think I'll pass it on to Paul.
Hey, great. Thank you, Chris. So for everybody, some few minor updates. Your plaques are en route. Minor updates to COVID-19 supply chain force majeure effects. Also, your projects will be routed up to LA section for additional consideration for additional awards. So please be on the lookout for that. And lastly, it has been such a blast serving as this year's awards chair. I could not have done it without this amazing cast and crew of MLAB. Can we get a virtual round of applause for everybody in the MLAB board? I think we've done quite an amazing job. So thank you to everyone that helped out. Finally, to the award winners, congratulations once again. To the friends, family, coworkers, and nominators, it's been such a pleasure celebrating with you all.